Lovely. Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope you are well. Let's turn that off. Wherever you are, whatever the time, welcome back to another daily vlog. You're joining me for meal number 3 of the day, which is going to be the pre-workout meal. So let's get right into it. So this third meal is going to be oats today. And again, another later training session. As I said in past videos across this week or last week, I really like having a certain level of work done before I go to the gym. I want to make sure that I'm back to my clients, or I've got back to my clients. I've done the changes in programming. I ideally don't want to have to really think about that whilst I'm training. It just gives me this anxiety. It's just like, well, you kind of got to look at it as if I was a client, what would I want if I was a client? I'd probably want quick responses. I'd probably want changes made pretty quickly. It's just about finding that balance though, isn't it? Because obviously I also have my own goals. Maybe as selfish as that sounds, but I do also have my own goals. I'm trying to improve as a bodybuilder. So it is also just about making sure that my own process doesn't get messed up alongside that. But at the minute it's not. It just means that I'm busy, and it just means that I'm adjusting my training times ever so slightly. I'm still obviously going to the gym today at a good time. It's 26 past 1. So we're gonna have this and pretty much go straight to the gym. I was thinking of going and meet like about an hour or so after my second meal. I was like, nope, like the food just kind of went straight through me. I also done some steps after that meal as well. So I feel like I just wouldn't have been able to utilize the food as much. I was like, you know what, let me eat again, head to the gym. I'll be at the gym for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Meal 4 when I get back will be fine. And then yeah, meal 5 obviously after that. So this is going to be, just a bit of an update as well actually with regard to prep. So this morning I woke up at 5 grams, there we go, got to focus for this bit. This morning I woke up at 96.8 kilos, so 0.2 kilos down from yesterday after I made the adjustment to my baseline diet, just coming off of the diet break. As I said yesterday, my food isn't as low as what it was prior to my first show of the season. We are still eating damn near 500 grams of carbs. If I can basically see my body weight drop on this food, I'll just leave it alone. It's really weird though, because I feel super hungry on this food. I feel very, very hungry. And obviously that's partly down to the condition that I'm in, but it's just interesting to feel hungry on 500 grams of carbs. I wonder what level my food's going to be at in the off season. My God. I kind of want to see a low 96 by the time I get to the end of this week. If I don't see a low 96, I'll then bump the food down a bit more and go from there. So I'm just taking my time. I've got plenty of time. I'm in good shape. I don't need to get ridiculously lighter than what I currently am, I think, to be competitive and to bring better physique to stage, because the issue really on that first show wasn't necessarily condition. It was fullness, right? That's how things are going with the contest prep. And the PCA are moving like the FBI right now. It's crazy. Let's have a discussion about that. But first, let me cook this food and then I'll have a sit down with you. So this meal is gonna be 75 grams of oats with 45 grams of whey. We've got 75 grams of berries, 10 grams of almond butter, and 20 grams of honey. Look at that. There you go. The PCA is not playing games when it comes to drug testing, which, I mean, they shouldn't be, right? I think every single natural competition they've had this year, they've caught at least one person. And this latest person that they caught, it was interesting, right? Because I'm not sure on the pronunciation, but Osterine, I think, is a psalm. The other two, I think, were for fat burning products. I think one of them was clenbuterol, and I think there was another guy that had like multiple stuff in his system. But this latest guy is very interesting because it's hard to know whether or not, depending obviously on what is found in that person's system, if they actually intentionally tried to take some sort of anabolic agent. And especially with SARMs, it's quite hard. Now, this doesn't remove any responsibility from this person, but sometimes, you know, when you go into supplement stores and there are some products on the shelf that if you aren't perhaps knowledgeable or understanding, or you might just take a product from a company that is like some underground lab or whatever the case may be, and it could end up being laced with something. But this is why I would say just don't take anything other than creatine from a trusted source. And that's really it. And the pre-workout, maybe. But even with pre-workouts, you've got to be careful. Like if you're a natural, I would stay away from products like MV Pre. I don't know if they've changed their formulation now, but you can get dinged for a stimulant in MV Pre. You just want to keep it really simple and go with companies that are stringently tested, third party tested, that athletes use as well, so that you know that what you're getting is actually what you're getting in the product, because it's just not worth it. And I don't think the PCA are. I need to take a bite. I'm hungry. Sorry. I don't think the PCA are basically messaging you and being like, hey, we found something in your urine. Can we address this first before we put out a public post? I think people are finding out from the post. Like I think that guy just probably ended up just getting tagged in comments and it was like, oh what? I didn't even know that the PCA hasn't even spoken to me yet. They ain't playing games. But yeah, my God. Even though I'm a natural man, it gets me nervous. I'm like, oh my God, have I taken something that could be laced or I'm like, oh no. But really, I've just been taking Trained by JP health supplements, creatine, and no pre-workouts. I haven't taken a pre-workout in a very long time. It's just been black coffee. So I'm sure I'll be all good. And no Psalms around here. But yeah, they ain't playing games. So first of all, I mean, fair play to them for obviously having stringent testing and I think calling out that they're not messing about. But yeah, you really got to be careful, especially with certain products. And again, this isn't me excusing if somebody is out here injecting themselves with compounds throughout the week and then going into natural shows, that makes you an asshole. But sometimes people just make silly mistakes in terms of not understanding what is allowed, what isn't allowed. So yeah, all very interesting. But today is going to be a push day for me, which I'm excited about. Push is always good. Push for me is one of those workouts, honestly, I could probably do with my eyes closed. I just connect so well with my pressing muscles, triceps, chest, shoulders, and the pump is obviously always magnificent. And it's no surprise that my strongest body parts, so it kind of makes sense. And I'm also sometimes a little bit more lenient in terms of exercise selection. So if there is something that I want to try out, I will. My chest just always responds. My chest will grow, my shoulders will grow, my triceps will grow. Today, I'm going to be on plan. But again, as for the last two sessions, there won't be any logbooking. I have a roundabout idea in terms of what I'm lifting anyway. But we'll see. I just want to go in there and have a good time and go from there. So yeah, I'll see you in the gym for my push day. I might do some commentary, I don't know, we'll see. If not, you'll obviously just see the clips when I get into my post-workout meal. I'll see you in a bit. Yo, we are back from the gym. Great session today, push day. So let's go through what I've done today. Came to the session feeling pretty decent. Oh, by the way, post-workout meal. I basically put my carbs from meal 5 into this meal because your boy is so hungry. As I've said many times, I'm so hungry post-workout, it's crazy. But I've got 145 grams of Rice Krispies, 2 whole eggs, 3 bacon medallions. That means my last meal will basically just be mince and veg, which is cool because I've got a lot of work to do. So, and my appetite will just die down later in the evening as it normally does. So yeah, anyway, start off with dumbbell lateral raises. 2 sets on that one. Old school, classic. I love lateral raises with dumbbells because I think a lot of the time now people are afraid to do laterals. They're not doing laterals where they're actually gripping something. It's a lot of cuffs, a lot of cuff work is just, and sometimes a lot of people are getting elbow issues as a result of that. I think there's merit in actually gripping when you're doing laterals, at least having some form of grippage, whether that's a D handle, a dumbbell. I like dumbbells to start off the session. So 2 sets there using 17.5 kilos and 15 kilos for my working sets. So still going pretty heavy on those with pretty good form, I must say as well. I then moved on to my incline Smith, which was great on the GOAT Smith machine, the Cybex Mark 1. Shout out to EP Jungle for getting that one in. But there's 2 sets on there. First set, I dropped the loading a little bit 6 days ago. I think it was 6 days ago. The last time I done push, I done 3 plates, but it was like a 4 repper. So I was like, you know what, right, let me reduce the loading here, get a quality set in. I think this was 7 reps. I reduced the loading by about 15 kilos and got 7. Felt pretty good, stimulus felt good. Back of set was 2 plates, pause reps, which again felt great. So that Smith has held into my programming pretty much throughout this entire prep. And then it was the Nautilus chest press machine, which is really good, really damn good. Again, a slight drop in loading because I want to make sure that I get quality reps. There were really low reps last week. It was like a 5 repper last time with 4 plates. So I dropped it down to 3.5. And I believe I got 6, 7, I think. Back of set, all good there. Lovely pump through the chest. I have been debating dropping the volume a bit, even more for my chest. I just don't need it, but it's also fun. So that was kind of the big chest work done, the pressing for the chest. I typically do a Strive shoulder press. That was taken, and your boy can't be asked to wait. So I actually used a shoulder press I haven't used before, the flex leverage one, and it actually felt pretty good. Once the setup was all good, it felt nice. Heavy as hell. Only had like a plate and a 2.5 on there. Damn heavy, but it actually felt really good. The positioning's a bit weird and it seems awkward, which is why I haven't used it before, but felt pretty damn good. Moved on to Y raises, or like crucifix cuff lateral raises. So I do 2 variations of laterals. Again, just a different position for a lateral raise. I also think Y raises are really good for your shoulder health. So just having your hands overhead and having resistance overhead, I think is really useful for a bodybuilder, other than like a press. So to kind of engage those lower traps, I think a Y raise is really good. And obviously a little bit more lateral delt as well. Pec deck to finish off the chest, tricep work. And that was pretty much the session. So, which is decent. So rest of the evening, I'm going to be basically editing this video. On the Sunday, I didn't actually film. So I've missed a day, but you won't realize that because the videos that I'm putting out are now actually on the same day that I film. So today is today for you. Like if you're watching this in the evening, this is what I've been doing in the afternoon and the morning. So yeah. So I'm going to edit that for tonight and also edit a Instagram post as well. A little bit more steps to do. And that's really about it. So I actually sent in a request for content because Adam and myself have a graphic designer for carousels that we post on the Team Power page, right? And I put in a request about post-show because there's going to be a few people entering post-show now, especially obviously after that first half of the season, which is kind of that summertime. So from like May to July, August time. And then obviously we got the second half coming up. And it was like, one of the ways that you can make your post-show extremely difficult for yourself is ghost your coach. Honestly, do not ghost your coach. I don't care if it's me, another coach, your mate is coaching you, like, don't ghost your coach post-show. I think it's really important to have, first of all, that kind of recalibration and assessment of the season. So it's not like, oh, the show's done now and I'm just going to piss off and have some food and I've got an all-inclusive holiday, so I'll speak to you back like when I'm back. No. Like, that can't happen. There needs to be an assessment of your season. What went really well? How did you find the contest prep? What can we improve on for next time? Are you happy with your placings? What the placings deserved? Did you miss the mark with conditioning? Did we nail conditioning, but maybe we need to bring up certain body parts? Having discussions about potentially the next step in your programming. That can be done through a call, I think is usually the best bet. But this whole idea of just disappearing once prep is done because the season's over is just really silly. Because also, as well, not only obviously is it important that you have that assessment of your season, but it's like, especially if it's your first season as well, you need that support from a coach post-show, especially to help you with food, manage cravings, manage your routine as well, manage the kind of post-season or post-show blues. Like, most people need help with that stuff. Which again, if you have a coach that's actually gone through that process before, don't just disappear. It just won't bode very well for you. I think if you also have long-term goals in bodybuilding, this is where you make those improvements to your physique. Your bodybuilding endeavor is not just this one season and then that's it. This is a really small part. And it's really hard to have that perspective when you've just started or the season was just filled with maybe so many highs or so many lows, but it's 1 year. And in natural bodybuilding, you could have 15 of those or 20 of those. You know, you've really got to think long term. Of course, if you've had a coach where you've kind of maybe shit the bed a little bit and it's been bad, not just like, oh, they missed your peak or that kind of thing, but as in like you showed up embarrassingly out of shape, you done some wacky stuff throughout your prep, then obviously you want to consider moving on from that coach. But there still needs to be that assessment. There still needs to be that review. There still needs to be that honest communication. So one of the things that you shouldn't do post-show is leave a coach because 1, you can make great improvements. 2, you're going to need support post-show. And 3, there needs to be that assessment piece of your prep. How did it go? Was it good? Was it bad? What can we work on? What's the objective now going into your off-season? Coaching should be, in my opinion, a long-term thing. Not just, oh, okay, I'll see you for the next prep. Because you're probably not going to improve. That's why you hired a coach. You hired a coach to improve. So anyway, my Rice Krispies are calling my name. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave it a like if you did, and I'll see you tomorrow.